Hello everyone. Back with me again, Joseph, your host, and welcome back to our channel. Today, we're journeying into the life of a remarkable 20th century saint, a woman of deep prayer, unwavering courage, and incredible action even from behind convent walls. This is the story of Saint María Maravillas de Jesús, a Spanish Discalced Carmelite nun whose life was a testament to the power of heroic faith. Born in Madrid on November 4, 1891, she entered the world as María de las Maravillas Pidal y Chico de Guzman. Her family was noble, belonging to the Marquesas of Pidal and deeply, profoundly Catholic. From her earliest days, a special grace seemed to surround her. Imagine this. At just 5 years old, while most children are playing with toys, little Maria made a private vow of chastity. She already knew, in the innocent wisdom of a child, that her heart belonged entirely to God. Growing up, she lived a life appropriate to her social status, but her interior world was focused elsewhere. She was captivated by the writings of the great Carmelite mystics, Saint Teresa of Avila and Saint John of the Cross. Their descriptions of a life totally dedicated to prayer and union with God resonated deep within her soul. The call to the contemplative life grew stronger and stronger, becoming a quiet but persistent melody in her heart. Following the death of her beloved father, the path became clearer. Although her mother was initially reluctant to let her go, Maria's conviction was firm. On October 12, 1919, she left behind the world of nobility, comfort, familiarity to enter the Discalced Carmelite monastery of El Escorial in Madrid. She was stepping into a life of silence, prayer, and radical trust in God. But even before she took her final vows, God had a special mission for her. She felt a distinct divine inspiration, a clear call to found a new Carmel. This wasn't to be just any monastery. It was to be located at a very significant place, the Cerro de los Angeles, or the Hill of the Angels. This site was considered the geographical center of the Iberian Peninsula and was home to a newly built monument dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus. It was as if God wanted a powerhouse of prayer right at the very heart of Spain. With incredible determination and trust in divine providence, this new foundation became a reality in 1926. This was just the beginning of her work as a foundress. Over the next several decades, Mother Maravillas would establish 10 more Carmelite convents across Spain. From Montserrat de Abao to Durello, from Arenas de San Pedro to La Aldehuela, she breathed new life into the Carmelite spirit, always insisting on a faithful, strict observance of the original rule set down by Saint Teresa. Her vision wasn't to create something new, but to faithfully transmit the authentic spirit of the Teresian reform. Her zeal wasn't confined to Spain. In 1933, she extended her spiritual motherhood all the way to Kottayam, India, founding a Carmel there and planting the seeds of contemplative life in a new land. This demonstrates her universal love and her desire to spread the glory of God to the ends of the earth. However, her journey was far from easy. The 1930s brought immense turmoil to Spain with the outbreak of the Spanish Civil War. From 1936 to 1939, a violent persecution was unleashed against the church. Priests, nuns, and lay faithful were targeted. The sisters at the Cerro de los Angeles were in grave danger. Their convent was desecrated and they were arrested. For a time, they were held under house arrest in Madrid. It was a period of intense uncertainty and fear. Yet, through a series of almost unbelievable events, including the unexpected protection of a local anarchist mayor who admired their peaceful life, the entire community survived. This trial didn't break her spirit, it forged it. After the war, Mother Maravillas led her sisters back to the ruins of their beloved convent at the Cerro de los Angeles. With the same faith that built it the first time, she began the arduous task of rebuilding. This act of resurrection, of bringing life back from rubble, became a powerful symbol of her entire spiritual journey. What is truly astonishing about Saint María Maravillas is the hidden reality of her interior life. While she was accomplishing all these external works founding convents, managing communities, navigating civil war, she was living through what mystics call a dark night of the soul. This was not a brief period of doubt, but a lifelong state of profound spiritual aridity and interior trials. She felt a deep sense of God's absence, a spiritual desert that she endured with silent, heroic faith. Only her spiritual directors were aware of the intense inner struggle she faced daily. This trial led her to a state of total abandonment to God's will, relying not on feelings or consolations, but on pure, naked faith. Despite her cloistered life and her inner darkness, Mother Maravillas had the heart of an apostle. She was acutely aware of the needs of the people living around her convents. Her love wasn't abstract, it was incredibly practical. She initiated numerous social and charitable projects. She built housing complexes for poor families, ensuring they had dignified homes. She established a college to provide education for their children. She even helped set up medical centers. Essentially, she created small, self-sufficient communities where both spiritual and material needs were met, all directed from within the enclosure of the monastery. She was a true mother to the poor, always attentive to their needs. Her work continued tirelessly. In 1961, she moved to the convent she founded in La Aldehuela, Madrid, which would be her final home. From there, her influence only grew. In 1964, she was asked to restore the very Carmel in El Escorial where she had first entered religious life. Then, in 1966, a critical request came from the Bishop of Avila, the original monastery of the Incarnation. The convent where Saint Teresa of Avila herself had lived for 30 years was in danger of closing. Mother Maravillas was asked to intervene and save this priceless piece of Carmelite heritage. She accepted, and through her efforts, the monastery was revitalized, preserving it for future generations. On December 11, 1974, at the age of 83, in her monastery of La Aldehuela, Saint María Maravillas de Jesús peacefully fell asleep in the Lord. Her last reported words are a perfect summary of her entire existence. What happiness to die a Carmelite! She left behind not a legacy of writings, but a trail of light and love, a legacy of communities dedicated to prayer and charity. Her holiness was immediately recognized. The Superior General of the Discalced Carmelites wrote to Pope Paul VI, eloquently describing her heroic virtue and asking for her cause for canonization to be opened swiftly. Today, her tomb in the monastery church at La Aldehuela is a place of pilgrimage for thousands of people each year, seeking her intercession and inspiration. The church officially recognized her sanctity when she was beatified by Pope John Paul II. On May 10, 1998, the same pope had the joy of canonizing her as a saint in Madrid, her own birthplace. On May 4, 2003, during the canonization, Pope John Paul II said that she lived by a heroic faith, embodied in her response to an austere vocation, putting God as the center of her existence. The life of Saint María Maravillas de Jesús teaches us a powerful lesson for our modern world. It shows us that a life hidden in prayer is not a life wasted. It is a life that can transform the world. Her story proves that true strength is found in humility and total trust in God, and that even in the midst of our own dark nights and personal struggles, we can be instruments of God's love and mercy to those around us. She was a woman of noble birth who became a servant to the poor, a contemplative who was a dynamic builder, and a soul in darkness who was a beacon of light for the church. Thank you so much for joining us to learn about the incredible life of Saint María Maravillas de Jesús. If her story of faith and courage has inspired you, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with others who might be uplifted by her witness. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone. Stay healthy and hungry for holiness. And may the Lord bless and keep you always.